Good day. Happy Sunday. We're here. We're live. Also, Latchkey Life, Spotify, but not too many people are jumping on the Spotify train. Okay. I feel like now here we are, fourth episode, and it's time for me to get really personal. I want to start this with everything is okay. So I have two adult children, and after growing and creating them and nourishing them through their start of their life, about 22 years ago, I decided to have my boobs fixed, put back where they belong, and made to be the same size. Now, the other day, I was doing my self mammogram check because early detection is the key, ladies. It's not October, but let's do it. Did the left boob, did the right boob. Something was amiss. I couldn't feel the implant bag. I'm feeling around and I'm shaking it and I'm moving it. I mean, I can feel a little bit of it, but it's completely deflated. It is all of the saline that was in that is not in it anymore. So I have an appointment with the plastic surgeon because shout out Melanie from the We Do Not Care Club. I don't care if my boobs look good anymore, so I'm going to take them out. Anyways, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong.
But what are the ramifications of the saline? Does that just absorb into your body
Yeah,
and it's
it's just
okay?
saline.
Or
Yeah, I, I'll find out. So far, so good.
okay, well, we are we're with you on this journey, and that's a
I'll
big
keep
share
everybody
Z.
posted.
That's a big share Z.
Oh,
Well, I mean, as we get older, our health becomes very, very it's at the forefront of
it's
every day. So, yes, it's very important. I have to be honest, I'm very bad since COVID. The last time I went to the doctor was right before COVID. So that's like 5 years ago. So I got to get on the ball since I moved and I have good health care now. I got to find a doctor and get all my
you got to do it.
stuff done. Got to do it. You can't put it off. So that's a good PSA. All right.
I'm
Did you have
very
another one or?
lopsided. I'm very
Well,
lopsided.
but there's bras that can help you with that. Just stuff a sock
I
in
don't.
there.
I don't fucking care. And then just a quick, not specific details because that's just not. Because I'm not just not. It's not worth it. But PSA to people: read, read, read. If someone sends you an email, read it. If you need to find something else, Google it and read it. If you need to find out information about a company or a procedure or a process, Google and read. You will find most answers very clearly stated. There's no reason to go unhinged and call people because, oh, I just don't do that. Well, you have to do that. Like you got to apply for everything online. You got to fill everything out online. You just follow the directions. If you need help with that part of it, find someone that can help you with that part of it. But unhinged people this week, I had like 4 that if they would have read, it would have been fine. Anyways, that's
It's
my
all there.
PSA.
It's all there. And you know
It's
what?
all there.
I'm going to touch on that later in today's episode because you kind of mentioned something that I'm going to get to that later, but all right. Well, my CareZ is so uh today we're going to talk about sports. And so I started thinking about all the type of things that we used to do as kids. And I used to love to roller skate. Loved it.
Oh yeah.
On the beach, in at the rink, on the patio. Love to roller skate. And somewhere along the way, you just stopped doing certain things. Started riding bikes, started doing whatever. So stopped roller skating at some point, probably when I was about, I don't know, 15. And so when we moved here, I saw a skate shop. It's called Oh My Quad. And I thought to myself,
No.
oh God, that would be so fun to get a pair of skates and start skating again. And then the 50 plus brain of mine, kind of stopped and said, well, what? That's just not going to happen because your middle age balance is shit now. And it's not a question of you might fall and hurt something, you will fall and hurt something. And
Oh yeah.
to do something to this face or these chiclets is it's not a good thing at this age, and long recovery time, very expensive. So I kind of threw that out the window. But real cute little shop. They only sell quad skates, no inline, no rollerblading, because they're roller derby people, and
Gotcha.
they do custom skates too. And
Nice.
they host like all different kinds of parties and theme parties, skate parties at the local outdoor rink at the park. And so I was kind of looking at the stuff that they do, and it just seems like a fun time, but maybe 10, 15 years ago, but not anymore. So that's my
Couples
Kelsey.
only clockwise. Couples only clockwise.
All skate, all skate.
Shout out Shamrock in Torrance, California.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's gone now, isn't it? Like a brewery or something now?
Who knows?
I don't know.
It's an
So that
apartment
kind of
complex,
leads,
probably.
probably, that kind of leads us into the topic that we've chosen for today, which is sports, particularly traditional sports versus how sports have kind of evolved today. And so, first thing I want to ask you, Shersey, is did you play any type of team sports growing up?
I did the softball. I forget what was the girls' softball league called?
I don't know.
I forget. Yeah, so I played softball.
Slow pitch or
No, it was whatever the version of AYSO is for girls softball. That's what I played. Yeah. That was it. My kids played, soccer, baseball. Zach played ice hockey. Rebecca played field hockey, which for Southern California is a little unusual. So we got a little crazy, but yeah.
and now?
And now, well, I play roller hockey kinda. I haven't played in a few months. I don't know if I'm gonna go back. Maybe that's where I popped my boob. I don't know. I smash and I fall. I've broken a wrist. I've broken a leg. I've had 2 concussions. I think at 56 it's time to hang them up and maybe not play anymore. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
Well, I played a little bit of soccer, a little bit of tennis, a zhuzh of volleyball. But my main sport was basketball. Played that in grade school and high school. Um, but we were active kids. We played a lot outside. We didn't have phones and tablets and computers, and video games came kind of late to the scene for us as kids. But we rode bikes, we swam, we roller skated, we ran. We were always outside playing. So that's where things get kind of funny with traditional sports versus what's going on now. Because if you turn on ESPN 8, otherwise known
The
as the
Ocho.
Ocho, you can find competitive pillow fighting,
Yeah.
competitive tag, cornhole, and the one that really blew my mind was you sent me a video of the Microsoft Excel competition.
Oh, I want to
Basically,
go so
spreadsheeting.
bad.
Spreadsheeting.
Oh,
So I need more. I need more details on that. What can you tell me about the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet competition?
Okay, so for the 45 seconds worth of research I did last year when something popped up on a feed of mine about some sort of Excel. I probably I use Excel a lot, so I Google things, and so it probably came up on some advertisement. So in my 45 seconds of research, there are little regional competitions all over the world, and then the people that do well in the regionals, they go to the World Championships, which last year was in Vegas in December. I have no idea what they do in terms of a spreadsheet itself. I'm like advanced for someone who knows enough to be dangerous. These guys, their hands never leave the keyboard. So every movement they make is shortcut keys. So I have like a list of all the shortcut keys. There's a shortcut key like arrow up, arrow down, backspace. They're just, it's like they're coding to create spreadsheets. It is wild to watch. They do have some stuff on YouTube, but I want like I want to go so bad. So
Well,
bad.
the video you sent me was basically like the competitors doing like the hallway run, like the football players do when they're running out
Running.
onto the field, and they're literally like running into the stadium. I'm like, I gotta check this out. This is too funny, and they're acting like these guys are full-on celebrities. I guess in their world they are.
They are, yeah.
It, it was too funny, and you being, the spreadsheet queen, I thought, oh, why haven't you entered this yet? But yeah, what type of problems are you solving? What type of spreadsheets are you creating? And like, it just seems like that would be the most interesting part of it is what are we making here?
Yeah. So, I mean, the only thing I mean, the one thing that when very, very, it was like my first job out of college, I worked for a large computer electronics distributor, and there are discounts and coupons and back end rebates and all these things. So, in order to figure out like the daily sales gross versus net, you have to like download and import and export and then take one spreadsheet and do all these calculations. And the spreadsheet it's a monster spreadsheet with like massive calculations. And I had to occasionally, like when the one girl who did it would go on vacation, I would back up, but I would just follow her directions, not try and figure it out. But you it's like CPA math in a spreadsheet, and they're just yeah, I don't know. It's wild.
It's beep bop boop, clickety clack, voila,
Voila.
whole different level, whole
Whole
different
different
level.
level.
So, and to me, I would think that the winner, if I was judging this competition, the winner would be who can produce the spreadsheet that I just look at it and in an instant I know exactly what you're trying to tell me. Like to me, that would be the winner. Like this is
It,
the snapshot simplified version of
yeah.
I know exactly what you're trying to tell me and what information I'm trying to find. Boom, we're done.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what you need. I don't know how you qualify. I don't know I don't know any of that stuff. It just the thought of it just made me so excited. And you see like they're like in this huge, it's like in a huge like ballroom or stadium, and they have like these huge TVs everywhere, and then the like competitors are sitting and you're watching what they're doing on the big TVs, and there's fans. Like there's people there watching and like cheering, and
Yeah.
I got to go. I got to go. I got to go.
Um, Well, God bless the Ocho because now I can set my calendar so I don't miss the Hopscotch Invitationals, the Red Rover Finals, or the Hey, the floor is lava, don't touch it semifinals. I'm
I,
good now. I've got all of that dialed in.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. Um, so um, one of the things that in my 8 minutes of research for this episode is, extreme sports
Yep.
have kind of become stuff that's become normal almost. So I remember when snowboarding and bungee jumping were still like edgy, and now it's like, oh yeah, yeah, all right, whatever. They're totally mainstream now. So it's kind of fun to watch extreme sports turn into, your traditional sports almost.
Yeah. the snowboarding and the tricks, and then you had the skateboarding was a new one. That was kind of fun to watch. There's a I think she's like 13 years old or something, and she's doing the same things that Tony Hawk was doing, and it's the watching these kids do these things is awesome. It's amazing. The one that came to mind when we started talking about it, and it's, shout out to Dana White for creating this. It's the it's the power slap, where they just stand face to face. You've never seen the power slap? So so Dana White, he created and has the UFC, and then you've got, right, UFC, MMA, all that stuff. So power slap, you two people, and they stand like face to face, and as hard as they can, they just slap each other in the face until someone either taps out or says I'm done or knocks them out cold. It is wild to watch. You would think, how many people are going? No, he is now making millions, and millions of people are watching this power slap competition. It's wild. It's wild. And then they also have, it's not as popular, but they have bare knuckle fighting. So it's just two guys in a ring, no gloves fighting. It's unhinged.
That one I've seen, and like backyard fighting, trash can fighting. But the power slap, so it's like an open-handed slap, and you can only hit the cheek, or can you like do like a whap on the forehead, or
it's full around. And I don't know. I would imagine there's some strategy to where you want to hit. I don't know. I didn't read the rules. I just watched it for a little while, and you'll see these two people just standing next to each other. And one guy, like they come back and do it, and the person will just knocked out cold on the ground out. Or they'll do it and they'll kind of miss, so they won't hit it as much, and then the person they just slapped kind of laughs, and you're like, this is wild. Yeah, Google it.
You know what it sounds
Power slap.
like? It sounds like a Three Stooges episode. I mean, like,
well, that's maybe coming next.
So this wouldn't be a complete discussion of sports if we didn't talk a little bit about pickleball. And
True.
How huge that is now. And I do have to give a shout out, a shameless plug to our friend Roxana. Her husband Chris has his own pickleball channel. It's called OC Pickleball Scene, and it's all about the Newport, Huntington, Southern California pickleball scene. Lots of videos. They love to play. They're really into it, and so it's really highlighting the sport, tips, tricks, and fun, and pickleball all day long. So that's my shameless plug for a fellow YouTube channeler. But I think maybe 10, 15 years ago, just like the roller skating, I might have wanted to do something like that. But I was never big on tennis. I understand it's like tennis, but you're not moving as much. So that's why it's especially popular with older people such as ourselves. But you know what? If that's your thing, swing for the fences. But it's huge. Every new development here has some kind of pickleball setup for that's included in the HOA, the development, the complex.
We have a park across the street from where I live, and there's 4 tennis courts. They turned one of the tennis courts into, they painted the lines purposely on it. And like pickleball people they have nets and tape. And then we have handball courts, and all the handball courts have tape outlines so that when the pickleball court, when it's full, they just set up shop there. And then the college, Golden West College, has I think 38 now, and they have it's a whole HB pickleball. It's a whole thing. It's pickleball-orama. Now I will say the other thing that is gaining massive popularity that to me is super wild, but I guess why not, is girls flag football. Like that has taken over. We have Friday Night Lights, which is just youth flag football, and it's thousands of kids and all these teams, and like the girls have their own division, and it's now CIF sport here in Southern California. It is men's flag football, not women's, but flag football is coming to the Olympics next 2 years, 28, whenever they're coming here to Los Angeles, which I thought was wild. So things that you didn't think were going to happen. There's just turn anything. And if it's going to make money, they're going to find a way to make money. They're going to turn it into a sport and do all the things that, like, look at the WNBA. You get a couple of really good players and some controversy, and now it's making money and people want to go see it. And that's what you need. The Savannah Bananas, they're making money.
Well, in my 8 minutes of research, I also found something that I found, I don't know, kind of borderline disturbing. Have you heard of the enhanced sports?
No.
Or the enhanced games, I think it's called. That's basically where it's a private type of thing where you allow athletes to get juiced up they
Ooh,
want
I'm
to
in.
push the boundaries of human performance. So right
I'm
now
in.
it's basically swimming, weightlifting, and track and field. And it's kind of like, let's see how many records we can break if we're all juiced up on performance enhancing drugs. And it's almost, I'm reading from the actual Enhanced Games website, I was reading their stuff and see, you got to read. It's all there, got to read. And I thought, wow. Oh, well, we make sure that they get fully checked out by doctors and everything before they start. And but it seems like it's almost like cyborgs, kind of weird. Like, are you doing human experiments? What's going on here? It's a little weird to me. It's kind of like futuristic weirdness is the only way I can describe it.
I mean, I feel like right as we open, and sports should be for everybody. If do it, why not? If there's enough people that you can create and they want to, I am all for it. All for it.
So you give it a do it lady rating?
I would give it a do it lady rating, 100%. Do it all.
Do it all. Do it all, lady.
Do it all, lady.
One of the things that we always talk about is really like where do you draw the line at calling something a sport? So, like, I think chess is where people start to really argue about it, because to be a sport, the definition of a sport it's something that involves physical strength or skill. It involves competition between players, and it also involves a defined set of rules. So I think the chess world is trying to say, well, it's not necessarily physical strength, but it also involves mental strength.
Mental strength, yeah.
So that's where a lot of these sports are kind of turning into, well, I mean, games and pastimes are turning into sports now, because they're trying to make the case that, well, it's also involving mental skill as well. But it's like, is billiards a sport? Is bowling a sport? Is darts a sport? Is cheerleading a sport? There's stuff that kind of like can kind of ride the fence there by the definition of a sport, but really, is billiards like physical skill? It's more mental skill,
So my thoughts on that are, I don't care what you call it, as long as you and I agree what the definition is. Everybody's getting so like, what the whole Matt Walsh is, what is a woman? And, is a trans person a woman? And like, just as long as whoever is involved in whatever it is, whether it's the governing board or all the people that we agree, you can call it patty cakes. I don't care what you call it. As long as we agree to what defines that word, everybody's trying, right? Like we've got the now the new one that drives me nuts is the neural divergent, which are, have you heard neural divergent? Those are like, kids that are, I don't know if they're, I don't even know what it means, but they got quirks or they're on the spectrum or they're whatever, they're neural divergent. Can we stop just making up words and just call it what it is? It's too much. And by the way, don't ever ask a cheerleader if cheerleading is a sport, because the shape that they are in and the amount of work that they do, oh my Lanta, is it absolute insanity and intense. I have a friend, her daughter is a Division I college cheerleader, and it is absolutely, they have contracts, they work out, it's a whole thing, and it's crazy. So yeah, it's a sport, but I don't care what you call it.
I believe it because there's a lot of gymnastics involved, and gymnastics is definitely a sport. And I have you watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders show
Oh,
on Netflix?
so good.
I mean, those girls are insane. That is
Yeah,
insane. The
I
physical
have.
work that you got to put into that.
Yeah, I have an antenna, so I don't have cable TV. So on one of the like 4.2 or whatever the channel is becoming a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader from like the 90s. Oh,
Yeah.
it is fantastic. So good.
Yeah, the new one, apparently there's another season that either just came out or is about to come out, but I was riveted. I was like, wow, because we grew up, remember in the was it the late 70s, early 80s when the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders became a
Big,
huge thing, huge thing.
huge.
They were everywhere. They were on the Love Boat. They were, everywhere. Um, so I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this. This is, nostalgic. But yeah, those girls, I mean, it's like a blood sport to get in there,
Oh yeah.
and um, it's really fascinating. I highly recommend it. Okay, well, anything else we got on sports, extreme sports,
The
fun stuff
only
like
thing
that?
that I will say is if anybody ever gets a chance and goes to Ireland, we didn't get a chance to see a hurling match. But when Zach and I went, we saw a hurling match. And it's hurling with an H, not curling with a C. Very different. It's like the oldest Gaelic sport in the history. It's from like the 1400s or whatever. They've got a paddle, kind of like a field hockey stick, but the paddle's a little bit bigger. And you can run with the ball in your hand. It's about the size of a lacrosse ball. You can you can throw it up and hit it like a baseball bat. If you get it through the goal post, it's 1 point. But if you get it past the goalkeeper, it's 3 points. But it's like soccer, baseball, field hockey, lacrosse, and like murder all wrapped into one because I think they barely wear a helmet and maybe a mouthpiece, but they are vicious with each other. And it is so much fun to watch because the fans just get hooligan fanny. Oh, it's great. So
What kind of a ball is it? How big is it? And
it
is it like a softball or like a
no,
squishy like a soccer ball or
no, I think it's like the consistency and the size of about a lacrosse ball, which is maybe a little bit smaller than a tennis ball, but more like rubber. But I've not picked one up, so I'm
yeah.
assuming that's because that's what it looks like. And when they're running and the way they hit it, that's what it appears to be, something similar to that. Maybe a little smaller than a baseball, but it's solid. It's hard. If you get hit by it, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna leave a mark.
Well, I just remember we were laughing at the name because to us hurling means
Yeah.
something totally different.
It
It
means not
means you're
recovering so well after a bad night out.
yeah, you're vomiting usually in a public place. But okay. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, it sounds like it's very rugby-esque.
Yes.
And the fans are, the more physical and aggressive the game is, the more aggressive the fans are going to be, obviously. So
Yep.
that sounds like fun. I'm sorry we missed that, but we'll probably
Next
catch it on
time.
the Ocho. All right, are we ready for what you're talking about, Willis?
We are. What you talking about, Willis? So my son had said it a couple of times and I didn't realize how big of a thing it was until I saw an ad for like it was a t-shirt that you could get and it's referred to as a fridge cig. Diet Coke is a fridge cig. Shout out Diet Coke. This one's a cherry one, which it's all right.
A fridge cig, like cigarette?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fridge cigarette. And so it's like in the like cigarette pack and then they're all like Diet Coke cans sticking out of it. So like it's just as bad for you, right? Like it's alluding to the fact that it's just as bad for you and you shouldn't be drinking it, but it comes out of the refrigerators. It's a fridge cig.
It just pops out like you just like flick your pack and it pops right out.
And it pops right up. Yeah. So
out.
yeah, I'm a big fan of the fridge cig. I almost want to get a t-shirt.
All right. Well, what you're talking about is Have you heard of the Gen Z face?
I have not.
I'm making it
Yeah.
right now. So
Although my
basically,
yeah, I get told to like change my face when but mine's usually like
yeah,
disgust. Yeah.
but the Gen Z face is, from what I understand, is kind of a blank stare, and it's kind of like you go to a store and or a fast food place, and the Gen Z are behind the counter. Can I help you? And when you try to engage, you just get that no response, no affect, no expression. And the thought process behind that, at least with those who are analyzing it, is, well, they were never taught to engage, so they don't want to, or it's a way that they're protecting themselves from, you know, having to engage with a stranger, which is not comfortable for them. So you have Gen X basically bashing Gen Z, saying, "Well, you didn't invent that." Okay, and I know that, you know, we went after them for the bathroom camping a couple episodes ago, and, well, you didn't invent that. But I just gotta say to Gen Z that, um, you know what, Gen X are your parents, so I don't know why we have to bash Gen Z, because we made you. So
Yeah.
where did we go wrong?
Well, I mean, I think there's plenty of them that probably don't like their parents or don't want to talk to them anymore because I don't know, for whatever reason. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's always something.
So, but I do have to give some words of encouragement to Gen Z. So, I mean, let's dial it down and unpack it a little bit. So, um, we all get dealt a shitty hand at some point during our generational upbringing. And, no one was bringing guns to school when we were in school,
No.
but, we had to wake up and turn on the TV and hope that Russia wasn't going to blow us up, or
Yeah.
we weren't going to blow ourselves up with a nuclear war. That was kind of our fear growing up.
Or the threat of being kidnapped at any moment.
Right. And, yeah, you had COVID. We all went through COVID together. However, we had AIDS. That was
Oh
a
yeah.
huge deal when we were growing
Yeah.
up. So my advice to the Gen Z is, just do it, lady.
Just do it. Do it
Just
all.
do it, lady. Do it all, because
Do it all.
you're dealt a crappy hand, but you know what? You don't have to lay down and get in the fetal position as a result of it. Gen X, we hold ourselves up as spiral. We figured it out all our own latchkey kids that are, we're badass. But it's like, you can do it too. I have faith in you, Gen Z. I see the hope. So I'll stop bashing you. We'll still talk about stuff that, hey, I don't
Yeah,
get
I'm not
this.
gonna stop bashing.
Or
Sorry.
I, okay, well, I'll stop bashing. Or I'll do it. How about a kinder, gentler bashing?
Yeah, maybe.
But, in the spirit of, let's just all do it, lady.
Do it, lady. That's all. Let's all do it all.
Do it all. As Chit
Shout
says,
out, shout out, Chit.
shout out Chit. Well, that's all I got today.
That's it. That's all I got. That's
Rate,
all I
review,
got.
and what
Yeah,
is it?
like, share, review,
Rate,
comment.
review, subscribe, comment, like, love, live, laugh, love, whatever.
8, whatever.
And thank you again, everybody that's been so supportive of this venture. We're just doing this for funsies. And Latchkey Life Pod, Spotify, YouTube, Gmail, Instagram, it's all the same.
It's
Can't
all the
miss it.
same. And until next time.
All right. Peace
All
out.
right. Peace out.